After the Wei army split into more than 10 columns to invade Shu, Dong Zhu defended Jiange Pass with 20,000 soldiers. Seeing dust rising in the distance, he thought the Wei army had arrived and immediately prepared for battle. Instead, it was Jiang Wei, Liao Hua, and Zhang Yi returning. Dong Zhu lamented that Emperor Lu Shan had trusted Huang Hao, allowing the government to fall into corruption. Jiang Wei comforted him. As long as I live, Wei will never destroy Shu. We will hold Jiange Pass first, then find a way to drive the enemy back. Dong Zhu worried that Chengdu had too few defenders, but Jiang Wei believed the city's natural defenses were strong enough. At that moment, Zhuge Su attacked Jiange Pass. Jiang Wei personally led 5,000 troops in a counterattack, crushing Zhuge Su's army, capturing countless weapons and horses before returning triumphantly to the pass. Zhong Hui camped about 25 li outside Jiange Pass. After Zhuge Su returned and pleaded guilty, Zhong Hui furiously accused him of disobeying orders and ruining the campaign. He intended to execute him, but Wei Guan persuaded him otherwise. Zhuge Su was instead sent to Luoyang under arrest, while his troops were absorbed into Zhong Hui's army. Deng Ai was displeased by the news. Encouraged by his son Deng Zhong to put the state first, Deng Ai personally visited Zhong Hui and proposed a bold strategy. I will lead my army through the hidden Yinping route straight to Chengdu. Jiang Wei will be forced to abandon Jiange Pass and return to rescue the capital. Then you can easily capture the pass. Zhong Hui praised the plan politely, but after Deng Ai left he laughed. The Yinping route is nothing but deadly mountains. If Shu blocks the narrow passes, Deng Ai will lose his entire army. I'll simply attack Jiange head-on. He then ordered siege equipment to be built and continued his assault on Jiange Pass. After leaving Zhong Hui, Deng Ai already knew he had been looked down upon. Smiling, he said, Zhong Hui thinks I cannot capture Chengdu. I'll take it just to prove him wrong. Back at camp, he revealed his plan to Shizuan, Deng Zhong, and the other generals. If I hadn't kept Jiang Wei occupied, Zhong Hui would never have taken Hanzhong so easily. Now I will seize Chengdu myself and earn even greater glory. That very night, Deng Ai broke camp and marched toward the hidden Yinping trail. When Zhong Hui heard about it, he merely laughed, convinced Deng Ai was marching to his own death. Meanwhile, Deng Ai secretly reported his plan to Sima Zhao. He then gathered his officers and declared, I intend to march through a route no army has ever crossed and strike directly at Chengdu. This is our chance to achieve immortal fame. Are you willing to follow me? The entire army shouted, We will follow you without hesitation, even if it costs our lives. Deng Ai sent Deng Zhong ahead with 5,000 elite troops carrying only axes and chisels to cut roads and build bridges. He followed with 30,000 soldiers, each carrying dry rations and ropes, slowly advancing into the Yinping Mountains. Every 100 li or so, he left 3,000 men behind to guard supply stations. After more than 20 days, they finally crossed over 700 li of mountain roads. Only about 2,000 soldiers remained beside Deng Ai. Then they reached the most dangerous obstacle of all, Matian Ridge. Its cliffs were so steep that no road could be built. Deng Zhong and the engineers burst into tears. Deng Ai replied, We've already crossed more than 700 li. Beyond this mountain lies Jiangyu. How can we turn back now? He then encouraged the entire army. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If we succeed, we shall all share honor and riches. The soldiers pledged to fight to the end. Deng Ai threw his weapons down the mountain, wrapped himself in a felt blanket, and rolled down the slope first. The others followed. Those with blankets rolled down the cliffs, while those without used ropes and tree branches to climb down. Against all odds, the army successfully crossed the seemingly impassable mountain. After reorganizing, they discovered an ancient stone monument beside the road. It bore words supposedly left by Zhuge Liang. When the two fires first arise, someone will cross this place. When two scholars compete, one will soon perish. Deng Ai was astonished. He respectfully bowed before the monument and sighed. Master Zhuge truly was a man beyond compare. It is a pity I never had the chance to learn from him. As the army continued forward, Deng Ai found an abandoned military camp. He was told, Zhuge Liang once stationed 1,000 soldiers here, but Liu Shan later withdrew them. Deng Ai sighed. We have no way back now. Only by advancing can we survive. We must capture Jiangyu at all costs. The army's morale soared as they marched through the night. Jiangyu's commander, Ma Miao, knew Hanzhong had fallen but believed Jiang Wei still held Jiange Pass. He never imagined Wei forces could appear from this direction, and remained completely unprepared. That evening, he was drinking at home. His wife, Lady Li, warned him. The war has become so dangerous. Why are you not worried? Ma Miao replied casually. With Jiang Wei guarding Jiange, why should I be concerned? Lady Li urged him again. You are responsible for defending an important city. How can you be so careless? To her shock, Ma Miao answered. The emperor is incompetent, and Shu is doomed anyway. If the Wei army comes, surrendering would be the wisest choice. Lady Li spat in his face and angrily rebuked him. You are a general of Shu, yet you've already decided to betray your country. You are unworthy of your salary, and I am ashamed of you. Ma Miao was speechless. At that moment, terrified servants rushed in shouting. Deng Ai has suddenly appeared with more than 2,000 Wei soldiers, and has already entered the city. Panicked, Ma Miao immediately surrendered, offering both the city and its people. Deng Ai accepted his surrender and made him serve as a guide. Soon afterward, another report arrived. Lady Li had hanged herself rather than live alongside a traitor. After learning what had happened, Deng Ai deeply admired her loyalty. He ordered her to receive an honorable burial and personally paid his respects. Even the Wei soldiers praised her unwavering integrity. After capturing Jiangyu, Deng Ai quickly gathered the Wei forces advancing through Yinping and marched directly toward Fu County. His subordinate Tian, Su, suggested resting for several days before continuing. Deng Ai angrily replied, Speed is the soul of war. The enemy is completely unprepared. He even tried to execute Tian Su before the other generals persuaded him to relent. Deng Ai then personally led his army to Fu County. The officials and civilians, shocked that Wei troops had appeared from such an impossible direction, surrendered without resistance. News quickly reached Chengdu. Liu Shan was terrified and immediately consulted Huang Hao. Huang Hao insisted, This must be false information. The divine spirits would never deceive your majesty. When Liu Shan returned to consult the sorcerer, the man had already disappeared. Urgent requests for reinforcements poured into Chengdu, but none of the ministers had a solution. Keijing finally advised, The only person who can save the situation now is Zhuge Liang's son, Zhuge Zhan. Because he despised Huang Hao's influence, Zhuge Zhan had long refused to appear in court, claiming illness. Liu Shan issued 3 imperial edicts begging him to save the kingdom. Zhuge Zhan accepted and vowed to fight the Wei army to the death. Liu Shan immediately entrusted him with 70,000 troops. Zhuge Zhan appointed his 19-year-old eldest son, Zhuge Shang, as the vanguard. Using the maps provided by Ma Miao, Deng Ai learned every road, mountain, and strategic position between Fu County and Chengdu. He realized that if the Shu army occupied Mianzhu first, his surprise campaign would fail. He therefore ordered Shirzhuan and Deng Zhong to seize Mianzhu immediately. If the Shu army reaches the key positions first, neither of you will keep your heads. When they arrived, they encountered Zhuge Zhan's army. The 2 armies formed battle lines. Suddenly, the Shu formation opened. Dozens of officers escorted a 4-wheeled cart, carrying a figure dressed in a feather fan and crane feather robe, with a large banner reading, Han Chancellor Zhuge Wuhou. From a distance, Shirzhuan and Deng Zhong trembled in fear. They believed Zhuge Liang himself had returned from the dead. They immediately ordered a retreat. The Shu army pursued them for more than 20 li, inflicting a crushing defeat. Only after Deng Ai arrived with reinforcements did both sides withdraw. Back in camp, Deng Ai angrily questioned the 2 commanders. They replied. We truly believed Zhuge Liang himself was leading the army. Deng Ai scoffed. Even if Zhuge Liang really returned, I would not fear him. Scouts later confirmed that it had merely been a wooden statue of Zhuge Liang. The real commander was Zhuge Zhan, with Zhuge Shang serving as his vanguard. Deng Ai again sent Zhuge and Deng Zhong into battle with 10,000 troops. Zhuge Shang charged single-handedly into the enemy ranks with unmatched bravery. Zhuge and Deng Zhong suffered another defeat. Zhuge Zhan then launched a full assault, repeatedly breaking through the Wei formations and causing enormous casualties. Both Zhuge and Deng Zhong were badly wounded as they fled. After pursuing the enemy for over 20 li, Zhuge Zhan finally established camp. Even Deng Ai began to worry. If Zhuge Zhan is not eliminated soon, he will become a serious threat. The supervising officer Qiu Ben suggested attempting to persuade him to surrender first. Deng Ai agreed and personally wrote a letter praising Zhuge Liang's achievements. He claimed Xu's fate was already sealed and promised to recommend Zhuge Zhan for the title of king if he surrendered. After reading the letter, Zhuge Zhan flew into a rage. He tore it to pieces, immediately executed the Wei envoy, and sent the envoy's severed head back to Deng Ai's camp. When Deng Ai learned that his envoy had been killed, he was furious and prepared for a decisive battle. Qiu Ben advised him not to attack recklessly, but instead to prepare an ambush. Deng Ai immediately ordered Wang Qi and Qian Hong to hide troops on both sides while he personally confronted Zhuge Zhan. Seeing Deng Ai approach, Zhuge Zhan also led his army out to meet him. After fighting briefly, Deng Ai deliberately retreated. Zhuge Zhan pursued without hesitation. Suddenly, Wei ambushes emerged from every direction, completely surrounding the Shu army. The Shu forces fell into chaos. Deng Ai ordered a massive volley of arrows. Countless Shu soldiers were cut down. Zhuge Zhan was struck by several arrows and fell from his horse. Realizing the battle was lost, he cried, I have done all I could. I can only repay my country with my life. He then drew his sword and took his own life. From the city walls, Zhuge Shang witnessed his father's death. Overwhelmed with grief, he ignored everyone's attempts to stop him, mounted his horse, and shouted, My family has served the Han for 3 generations. Now that my father has fallen, how could I continue living? He charged alone into the Wei army and was ultimately killed in battle. Deng Ai deeply respected the loyalty of both father and son, and ordered them buried together. He then attacked Mianzhu. The Shu generals Zhang Zun, Huang Chong, and Li Qiu each led their troops in desperate resistance. Outnumbered by the Wei army, all 3 died heroically. Mianzhu finally fell. After rewarding his soldiers, Deng Ai marched directly toward Chengdu. The last major defensive line protecting the Shu capital had collapsed. Summary. The Wei invasion followed 2 completely different strategies. While Zhonghui focused on breaking through the heavily defended Jiange Pass, Deng Ai gambled everything on one of the boldest military operations in Chinese history, leading his army across the nearly impassable Yinping mountain route for more than 700 li. He achieved a surprise attack that completely bypassed Shu's strongest defenses. Because Shu had neglected the Yinping frontier for many years, and because Jiang You's commander Ma Miao surrendered without resistance, Deng Ai was able to penetrate deep into the heart of Shu with astonishing speed. His rapid advance caught the Shu court completely unprepared and dramatically changed the course of the campaign. At the kingdom's darkest hour, Zhuge Liang's son, Zhuge Zhan, stepped forward to defend his country alongside his 19-year-old son, Zhuge Shang. Although they fought bravely and even defeated the Wei army in several engagements, they ultimately fell victim to Deng Ai's carefully planned ambush. Their deaths became one of the most famous examples of loyalty and sacrifice in the final years of Shu Han. With the fall of Mianzhu, the road to Chengdu lay completely open. Shu Han's last major defensive barrier had collapsed, marking the beginning of the kingdom's final downfall. Historical notes. The novel's story of Zhuge Liang leaving behind the Yinping prophecy stone and the wooden statue that frightened the Wei army into retreat are both fictional. Neither event appears in the records of the 3 kingdoms. The novel portrays Deng Ai personally honoring Lady Li with a grand burial and memorial ceremony out of admiration for her loyalty. No historical record mentions such an event. In the novel, Zhuge Zhan commits suicide after being defeated. However, the records of the Three Kingdoms simply states that he died fighting on the battlefield and does not mention suicide.